everybody, it's Hannah and welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited for today's video because I am finally testing out a bunch of stuff from YESSTYLE. So I made quite a big purchase with almost everything for a full face of makeup. We'll kind of have to substitute here and there, but I did get a ton of things and I'm really excited to start testing it out. So if you've never shopped on YESSTYLE before, they're sort of like an online retailer where they sell a bunch of like Korean beauty, Japanese beauty, but I wanted to do a full face testing K-beauty products because I saw Lauren May Beauty here on YouTube do a video of testing out a bunch of things from YESSTYLE and it just really inspired me. So I went ahead and placed my own order. After I placed my order with YESSTYLE, I became a part of their influencer program. So they sent over this, which is a Crunch Pore Scrub from Etude. It's called the Baking Powder. It comes with these really cute little individual sachets of a pore exfoliating scrub. They're really good. I have used this quite a few times. I like to just grab one and bring it in the shower with me and do a really nice deep exfoliation when I'm in there, but they are really good. So this is the only thing out of the video that they did send to me and I'm really appreciative. Thank you, YESSTYLE. Everything else I did purchase with my own money, so I'm super excited to go ahead and start testing it out. So I picked up quite a few things from some different brands. I did pick up actually quite a bit of skincare, which I already did my skincare earlier today, so these are actually like out of the boxes already. The first thing that I have is actually a moisturizing cream, and this is from the brand Etude also, same as the Baking Pore Crunch Scrub, and this is the Sunjung 2x Barrier Intensive Cream. And when I saw that, I was like, this looks so good. It had amazing reviews on YESSTYLE, and I was like, you know what, I am super dry right now. I need something to just kind of like give life into my skin and just make me feel good, repair that barrier, make sure it's not like flaky and scaly. So I went ahead and picked this up, and it's actually really cool because the way it works, you kind of twist it and it unlocks it, so then you can squeeze the cream out of the top and then you lock it back in place and then you can close it. So it's kind of like double sealed, so you can make sure that everything stays nice and clean. You know what, since I did take a little bit out, I will just go ahead and add in just a little bit more because, you know, I can always use some more moisturizer. Then the next thing I picked up from them was actually an SPF, and this is from Beauty of Joseon. This is the Relief Sun Rice and Probiotics SPF 50 plus PA+++++. So really good SPF. Again, I wanted to pick up one that was hydrating but didn't leave a white cast, and this one had amazing reviews online. You can see just a little bit on the back of my hand here. It just blends in. It's not greasy feeling. It doesn't smell like sunscreen. It's just pretty weightless and feels like a really good moisturizer, and that's exactly what I look for in an SPF. And I've been using this one every single day and I really like it. It hasn't made my skin break out or anything like that. I think it's really good, and I would definitely recommend these two products as a really good base for your skin. So again, I already did apply this, so I'm not going to do a second layer of it. Then these I didn't purchase, but they sent over some of these little samples. So this one is from Skin and Lab, the Pore Barrier Tightening Ampule. It says that it's a natural caffeine solution with caffeine powder and coffee beans to give freshness to your pores and skin elasticity. So pretty cool. I haven't tried this out yet, but I am looking forward to giving it a try. And then this is from Dear Claire's. It's their all-day airy sunscreen SPF 50 plus PA++++. So very similar to the Beauty of Joseon one, but this one says it's more of a water-based gel texture. So I think this would be better for oily skin. Again, I am obviously going to give it a try because I'm super excited to test out a bunch of these different K-beauty brands that I've never used before, so definitely going to use these next time I do my skincare. And then one last thing I want to mention before we actually get into doing the makeup, I want to mention the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. So obviously Laneige is a more sort of mainstream Korean beauty brand that is available in Sephora, obviously in their own website. You can get it pretty easily here in the US, but they do actually sell Laneige products on YESSTYLE as well. This one I did already own, so I didn't purchase it, but I just wanted to mention it because they are super affordable over on YESSTYLE. Even like the full-size ones go for really cheap. Like these I think can be, you know, $25-ish I think if you're buying it in the US from Sephora, but on YESSTYLE they're like really cheap. Like I think more around the $10 mark or so. I'll put up a little listing over here, and I will try to obviously remember to link everything down in the description box if you wanted to try anything out. I do have an affiliate link with YESSTYLE, by the way, if you guys see anything in the video that you want to try out, so just keep that in mind. If you wanted to shop, I would really appreciate it. But yeah, anyways, I am actually going to pop on a little bit more of the sleeping mask. It's so good. I have this also in the berry flavor. This one's in the apple lime, but they're really good, just super hydrating and nice. I always like to put them on before bed, obviously, even just as a lip balm throughout the day if I'm feeling extra dry, and then to prep before using any sort of lip products when I'm doing my makeup. So for complexion, I picked up two products. I got this one from Misha. This is the Perfect Cover BB Cream, and this actually has SPF 42 in it, which is really awesome. And I got it in the shade Natural Beige number 23. glittery. There is not the best selection of shade ranges on YESSTYLE from what I've seen. I was trying to pick one where it was pretty inclusive, but still also one that I, obviously wanted to try out. And this one was the best sort of mix between the two of them. So just keep that in mind if you do want to shop on YESSTYLE. It can be a little bit limited with the range for, more base or complexion products. So anyway, let's see. Hopefully this is a good match. I was trying my best to kind of figure it out based on the photos online. This is not coming out. So this is looking very like gray. That's kind of weird. This is a very, very weird undertone. It's like very grayish green, but regardless, we'll go ahead and blend it out and see if it ends up looking okay. Yeah, it was so hard to tell online what the colors looked like. Oh my gosh, okay, maybe that's good actually, because I feel like more Western brands, like in the US and like Europe and stuff, they're always kind of too yellow. Why did that blend out really nicely? And it is covering up like any blemishes that I had. All right, so I stand corrected, but watch this. Like as we're blending, it just sort of blends into a really nice neutral color. Definitely doesn't look gray or green or anything like what I was saying earlier. Once you blend that out, that is looking good. So let me go ahead, finish working on this, and I'll be right back. You know what, guys? This is looking really, really good. Obviously very glowy. I love that it has SPF in it, and it's giving pretty decent coverage. You can see I have a pretty, bright blemish over here, but I think it covered it up pretty well considering it's just sort of like a BB cream. I am very pleasantly surprised by that. I have to say I was pretty worried when I saw the color coming out of the tube, but I think that looks really, really good. All right, so now moving on to concealer, I picked up this one here from the Sayum, I think is how you pronounce it. This is their Cover Perfection Tip Concealer, and I got this in the shade 1.5 Natural Beige. It looks like it could be a little bit dark, but again, I feel like now I know the colors are kind of deceiving, so we'll see. Oh yeah, actually that looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on like my under eyes and just sort of in the areas where I would normally conceal. And then I'm just gonna take my same brush and blend this all in. Yeah, I mean, that's covering really, really nicely. We'll see if it covers up this blemish that I had. All right, you literally cannot even see it. That is so crazy. So awesome. That had really, really amazing coverage, but it doesn't look heavy on my skin. Like it still looked really, really natural. I mean, nothing really else to say. I think this looks super good. I'm loving the base so far. So one thing that I didn't buy actually was a powder, and that's because I have kind of a lot of powder and I don't really go through a ton like very quickly. But one thing I did get was a little powder puff, and this one is like a really, really cute little paw print. This is the Staple Cat Paw Powder Puff in Rose Pink. So let's see, let me open this up, and then I'm just going to use this with my Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 05. I'm just going to tap into my powder, kind of blot it on the back of my hand, actually make sure that there's no creasing, and then I'm just going to powder with this. That looks really smooth. I mean, it looks super good. There's no sort of creasing or wrinkling or anything. I like this because it pats it out as you're applying the powder, so it really makes sure that it looks really nice and smooth. So you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and take this and powder up the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. So I just finished up powdering, and I also applied a little bit of bronzer. I just used this one from Too Faced. It's the Natural Chocolate Bronzer in the shade Golden Cocoa. I didn't pick up a bronzer or a contour from YESSTYLE. They did have quite a few options, but they were all pretty like cool toned and gray, and I prefer a little bit of a warmer tone on myself personally, so I was like, you know what, I'll just skip out on the bronzer. So yeah, I did go ahead and go in with this. But I did in fact pick up a blush. So this is from Etude. This is the Juicy Pang Jelly Blusher, and I got mine in the shade BE01 Guava, and this is super cute. I love the packaging, and this is what the shade looks like. It has a very sort of glowy look to it. It's an extremely soft powder. Definitely seems like a buildable formula. It's just kind of like a light nude sort of pink color, but I'm just gonna go in with my little cat paw brush from Shein, and I'm going to pop on some of this blush. You know what, the more that I use it, the more I think it's sort of a cream to powder formula, because it feels actually more like a cream rather than a very soft powder, like that kind of soft touch matte type of cream. I don't know how to explain it, but I do like it, and it does pick up pretty well on sort of more dense type of blush brush. So if you're picking up this product, I definitely recommend using a more compact brush when applying it. Of course, going to hit the nose with it. So this is what the base is looking like. It looks super smooth and seamless. My skin doesn't feel dewy or tacky or anything, but it looks super glowy and just like healthy and natural. Even though it obviously covered up all of my blemishes or imperfections on my skin, I think it looks so good. I am absolutely loving all of these base products. Alright, so before we start anything else, since it always drives me crazy, I'm going to take off any like powder or concealer off of my lips, and we're going to go in with the lip product that I picked out. So this is a recommendation that I saw from rom&nd Beauty. Again, I was watching her YESSTYLE video and I wanted to pick out a couple of little things that she mentioned. And the thing that she mentioned was her favorite product ever was this from rom&nd. This is the Glasting Water Tint. I'm not sure actually what shade that she used, but I got mine in the shade number 05 Rose Splash. It looked right up my alley based on the swatches, and I am very excited to try this out. So it's kind of like a watery tint, I think, and then it turns into this sort of like emollient type of gloss. But let's go ahead and give it a try. I'm super excited. So it's like when you apply it, it feels very watery, but sort of as it sits and you rub your lips together, it turns into like a really nice sort of creamy, hydrating like gloss feeling. I love that. I think the color is so pretty. Perfect for this like fall and winter time. So really love that. But now let's go ahead and move on to the eye look. Actually, first I do have an eyebrow gel. So this one is from Innisfree. This is the Skinny Brow Mascara, and I got the shade number 2 Espresso Brown. I'm liking the way this looks. It's a super, like the name says, super skinny brow gel. And the color actually looks pretty good. And to be honest, I'm kind of running low on my brow gels. So when I was picking out stuff, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and grab one. This is actually a very pigmented brow gel as well. This is like the only product you would need to use if you're doing your brows. This reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel, like the way it's almost sort of thick, like it's almost like a pomade in a gel, if that makes any kind of sense. But this is really good. You do have to be careful with it. Make sure you don't get a shade that's too dark. I feel like mine's a little bit dark, but I feel like it works because my hair is very dark right now anyways, because I've gotten it touched up in quite a long time. But I really like the way that this works. I think it looks super good and very fast, because you literally don't need to fill it in and use a brow gel. It's just kind of like all in one. Okay, Innisfree. I'm gonna have to try more stuff from them if I make another YESSTYLE order in the future. But now on to the last two products. So for eyeshadow, I have this from rom&nd. This is their Better Than palette in the shade 03 Rosebud Garden. So if I remember, this is a really cute sort of like pinky, coolish toned type of palette. But let's see what this looks like. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I have been seeing so many people, like if you follow like Erica Titus on TikTok, she always does looks like this with these super glittery shades. This looks so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And I love the tone of all of these. I remember her saying like it's very difficult in America to find this kind of like color story, like these sort of brownish pinks that aren't too warm or too cool toned. They're just very sort of like rosy, if that makes any kind of sense. But anyways, I'm just gonna go in with this eye brush from Refer. I'm actually gonna take this second shade over here. I believe it's called a Soft Mauve if I'm looking at the like shade names correctly on the back. I'm just going to very gently blend this sort of all over and a little bit underneath as well. That is so pretty. I love this. I haven't done like not color, it's not that this is colorful eyeshadow, but just something that's not like my bronzer in a very long time. So I'm really excited to kind of play around with this. Just taking a little It Cosmetics brush with a little bit of this darkest brown color. All right, so I just did that on both sides. Nothing too crazy, just something to add a little bit of sort of definition to my eyes. I really like this palette, even though it's in this like plastic packaging. It's like a nice quality, like it's very thick. Like it has this like frosted type of plastic, and this top part's more of like acrylic rather than plastic. So it feels really nice and it's pretty heavy. I think I'm actually gonna take a little bit on my finger of this shade and just tap that all over just to add a little something to my eyes. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I feel like it's very true to that sort of Korean beauty type of makeup that I see online. I really love this. The colors are so beautiful. The sparkle is amazing. I'm obsessed. So now to add just a little bit more sparkle, the last thing that I picked up from YESSTYLE was this from Holika Holika. This is the Eye Spin Glitter, and I got mine in the shade number 1 Candy Parts, and it's just like a really pretty sort of hot-ish pink kind of color. It comes on this like silicone type of brush tip. So I think what I'm going to do is just take a little bit bit on my very center of my eye, and I'm going to just tap that out with my finger. This one has some more pinky glitters in it, so I think it goes really well with the eye look. I think that the final look came out so good. I'm obsessed with this and I definitely want to place another order from YESSTYLE. Again, if you guys are interested and you love anything that I tried today, I do have a link down below with YESSTYLE and a code as well. All the information will be in the description box if you want to shop using those. But this is so awesome. I'm really excited that I finally went ahead and made a purchase from them. This is one of my favorite looks that I've done in a super long time. But anyways, you guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!